Hi everybody, this is a bonus video. We talked about YA books in our Get Booked. Those were sports books. We talked about sports books in our Take 5. We talked about some sports books in our Fun with Books with Kids video, but I wanted to hit the middle grade section as well. So I have a giant pile of books. I'm going to try to speed through them a little bit. I love talking about sports books, so it's fun. Okay, so this is The Big Game by Tim Green. Tim Green, if that name is familiar, he was an NFL player. I can get this picture. I met him once at a book event and he was really, really sweet. So this one, Danny Owens is football royalty in Texas. His father was a Super Bowl championship. He recently passed away, and Danny promises everyone he's going to dominate the big game at the end of the 7th grade season and then get a spot on the varsity team. But then life happens and he's caught cheating on a test, and the teacher is not one of those people to look away because that has serious consequences, and Danny has to kind of figure out how he's going to turn everything around. And he has a really big secret, and the secret is he can't really read that well. So a lot of school issues and some football issues and personal stuff there. This one is a soccer book. It's called Benchwarmers. This one is by John Feinstein, who has a bunch of sports books and a lot of different sports too. So this one, the tagline says, "Sometimes making the cut means making enemies." To help the Mustangs go from chumps to champs, two sideline players have to work together to outplay hostile teammates and a coach who stands in their way. Ooh, that sounds good. So this one is Hoops. This is a series, and this is Elle of the Ball. And this is by Elena Del Don, and she is a WNBA player. So Elle is a 7th grader, and she is 6 feet tall, which means everyone thinks she's going to be an amazing basketball star, but her footwork could use some help. She's a little bit clumsy. So her gym class has a dancing unit, and she's trying to kind of use that to maybe get her footwork together, but it also means she has to perform publicly, and she's not excited about that at all. So, a little bit of sports, a little bit of school, and lots of drama. This one is The Football Girl. The summer before Caleb and Tessa enter high school, they're realizing that their friendship might be sort of coming to an end, and things might have to change between them. You know, they've always been just friends, but everybody's kind of wondered, oh, are you dating? Do you want to date? Caleb is trying out for the football team, and Tessa thinks that she's training for cross country, but then she decides that maybe she wants to play football instead. And what happens between her and Caleb? What happens between her and the coach? Is she going to be allowed to play football with the boys? There's a lot of friendship and supporting and sports, obviously, in this one. Really good. I really like that one. It was great. This one is a basketball one. This one is called Nikki on the Line. Nikki wants a spot on the elite travel team, and she's thinking that if she can just make this team, then all of her basketball dreams are going to come true. But she is no longer the best point guard on the court, and actually she's not a point guard anymore at all. They've moved her to a shooting guard, and she's not happy with it. She's not sure she has what it takes to be a shooting guard, and she's much more comfortable as point guard. So she's kind of trying to reconfigure her basketball life and figure out how she's going to do the things that she's supposed to do. And there's stuff piling up at school and then her family, and there's a lot of pressure, and can she handle it all? Another basketball one. This one is Pippa Park Raises Her Game. So Pippa moves from one school to a new school, and the new school is kind of a private school where everyone is a little bit rich, and Pippa is not rich. She is at this school on a basketball scholarship, so, the basketball team is kind of well, are you really good enough to be on here? She's kind of trying to figure out how to keep in touch with her old friends, but also she's trying to reinvent herself at her new school. And some of the things she says about herself just aren't really that true. So some of those things kind of come out, and she's trying to figure out, oh, what do I do? Ghost. Running is all that Ghost, that's his nickname, has ever known. But he's never run for anything, any kind of team sport or any team at all. But he sort of challenges a track team member to a race, and he's in jeans and kind of falling apart sneakers, and he totally wins. And the track coach sees this and is like, hey, maybe you should be on the team. And he's just like, yeah, it's really not for me. But it could be for him. Alright, this one is Strong is the New Pretty. I really love this one. This is a nonfiction book, and it's just kind of about girls celebrating themselves. And some of it is sports, and some of it isn't always sports, but it's just really great. So here's the basketball one. That one is a dancer. She's a dancer. Dancing on stage gives me a rush like nothing else. And then Jordan says, Strong is putting your heart, your mind, your effort into everything you... Blah, 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 sorry. Strong is putting all your heart, mind, and effort into what you believe in. Your beauty will shine from this. It's really great. We've got ballet feet. Oh, those look painful. So, this one is really inspiring and really great. I loved it. And this soccer book is from Alex Morgan. If Alex Morgan's name is familiar, it should be. She's a soccer star on the women's national team World Cup. She's like done it all. Devin Brooke moves across country. She's annoyed because she would have been captain on her old team. And in California, that team is not really that good. So first, they're not that good. But second, like, the coach isn't really trying. And her teammates are just like, meh, whatever, it's fine, we don't need to win. But she's really competitive, and she wants to win, and she wants to make the national team, and she wants to do all the things that she still has the dreams for. So she pushes the team, and she pushes her new friends, and she pushes the soccer coach, and it doesn't always end up the way she thinks it's going to. Alright, this is Friday Night Stage Lights. So Brooklyn is a huge ballerina person, and for a long time it's just been her and her mom, but her mom remarries and the family moves to Texas, where she gets a new stepbrother, and he's all about football. And then obviously in Texas, everything is all about football. But this new conditioning program at the football camp makes the football players take ballet. So it's a lot of like core training and flexibility, and Brooklyn is so angry because the ballet studio is like her place of calm and tranquility, and all of a sudden all of these football players come in and they're not happy to be there, and they are just rude and obnoxious, and she's just like, oh, that's not how I want this to be. And Brooklyn is gearing up for this dance competition with a partner, but her partner gets injured, and she's trying to figure out who might be able to step in. And could it be a boy from the football team? And oh, how would that go? That could be terrible. This one is a skating book. This is the comeback. Maxine Chen is trying to land that perfect landing on the ice. But she's got a lot of stuff going on. So she's very excited about skating, but there's a new girl in town, and her skating abilities are amazing, and she's really graceful, and things that Maxine might not necessarily be. And there's a bully at school who is saying really racist things to Maxine, and she's having a hard time handling the pressure from the skating world, and the bully from school, and everything in her home life, and everything just kind of boils to a boiling point, and she has to let it all out and then deal with how that works out. So this is kind of like The Strong is the New Pretty. This is Play Like a Girl. I really like this one. It's lessons from a soccer field, so it talks all about like being on a team, and I forget exactly. Let's just look at the table of contents, sorry. So keeping your head up, play to your strength, celebrating your body, the team is a thing, make every minute count, find common ground, don't use your hands. The better team doesn't always win, always pack snacks and keep up the fight. So you have a lot of girls from different ages and different abilities, and you have some famous people in here talking about their moments, which is really neat. It's just a really great book. It talks a lot about teamwork and how to be a team player, which is something we could all use. Anna on the Edge. This is another figure skating one. Anna is the reigning U.S. Juvenile Figure Skating Championship. She has a new choreography coach, and this new coach wants to make her like a princess and have her wear a frilly outfit, and Anna isn't about that, and she's actually not 100% sure that she's a she. One of the boys at the rink mistakes her for a boy because she's wearing a name tag that just says Alex, and you can see that she's got pretty short hair, and she kind of likes that. She knows that she doesn't want to be the princess, and she's having a hard time reconciling her inner thoughts about her gender and her new skating choreography. And she feels really bad because her mom is a single mom, and she's paid all of this money to have this really awesome choreographer, and Anna's like, she didn't even, like, the choreographer didn't spend time with me, she didn't get to know me, she just, like, created this program, and it's not me, and it's not my style, and so she's having all this anxiety trying to figure out how to tell her mom about that, and also tell her mom about her gender identity, and trying to figure out what actually is her gender identity. So it's really great. There's a lot of angst, but it's a really great story, and it's a really great friendship story, too. This one is Rebound. This one is a novel in verse, which is always fun. So before Chuck was the father of Jordan and Josh Bell, Charlie was a kid who dreams of basketball glory. And in his mind, he can do all sorts of awesome tricks. But in real life, he's got all the wrong moves. Will a series of missteps keep him benched, or will he learn how to rebound? So the Jordan and Josh Bell were from a previous book by the author, Kwame Alexander. So if you like those, try this one. I think that one was called, oh, no, I'm not sure. So. I can't remember what that one was called, but it was really great. Oh, it was the crossover. He also has one called Booked, which is a soccer one. So those are really good. And then my last one is another ice skating one. This one is set in the Adirondacks, and Claire Boucher she has a family farm, and they travel for her skating lessons. But then a Russian skating coach offers her an elite training opportunity at Lake Placid, and she jumps at the chance. But she's from a small town farm life, and there's a bunch of mean girls there, and it's a tricky situation for her. So she's trying to figure out what dream she's going to follow. Does she want the skating life? Does she want small town? Can she do both? It's tricky. So there are a bunch of middle grade books. I hope you like them, and if you need more recommendations, let us know. We have lots more.